Hello, everybody. This is Nick of 96.3 Easy Rock, and I'm very happy to be joining you again today. And as always, we'll be interviewing one of your favorite artists. And today it's a very special and extra special day. I've been doing a lot of research for our artist. I would identify himself as an artist, but what better way to talk to our primary resource himself, cultural icon, as many people would say. Please welcome Oliver Trey.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today or tonight? Well, it's the afternoon in your area, right?
Yes, I am very inspired. Been making a lot of new music and I'm working on a couple screenplays, so I've been very busy. Just got back from the Middle East. I was working on finishing my album, my country album, Cowboy Tears. So I've been very focused and I have not taken a day off in about 6 months. And I have never been more inspired in my life. So, really, I haven't not worked for an entire day for about 3 years, but I can't stop and I won't stop. And I've never been more excited to be doing it.
Oh, I see. That's very good. That's very good news for your fans. And you told us that you are very much inspired right now. You've never been more inspired. So what is inspiring you right now?
I'm just living life, man. I'm making as much money. Tell stories. You need to go out there and do new things. So coming back from the Middle East, I saw so many incredible, crazy things, culture shock of things I'd never experienced. So for me, it's about traveling. And right now, I'm in the process of hitting all 7 continents. And I'm trying to get there by the end of this year. For my birthday in June, I'm trying to hit the last 2. So I'm going to hit South America and then for touring, and then I'm trying to play a show for the scientists in Antarctica. So I'm trying to hit my last 2 continents by the end of this year.
Fantastic. Do you have any plans visiting the Philippines? I'm sure they're excited to meet you.
Really high on my list. So yes, I am planning to hopefully come there this year, if not early next year. But yes, my dream is to come to the Philippines. I have a list of all the places I've been and all the places I want to go, and the Philippines is up at the top of the list.
Oh, wow. I'm sure everyone's excited to see you here. But the pandemic is still very much existing, and you said that you came from the Middle East. How was it like working during this time? Was it difficult?
Not at all. I think the way I would put it is I've never had more time to make art. So during that period, I retired from music and I got into writing these screenplays that are feature films that I'm planning to direct, but it will take time. It's a lot of money to make these films. And so I've been working as a writer. I also moved to my grandparents' ranch for a period and I was living on their farm and I started making some country music, getting in touch with my roots. And I made a beautiful album that I wasn't planning to make, and very proud of this music. I think it's the first real album I've ever made that will hopefully come out. My first album I released was Ugly is Beautiful, but that was more of a collection of songs over 5 years, whereas Cowboy Tears is the first concept album, the first real, fully fleshed out album I've ever made. And there's a world where it will be my last. So I'm very proud of this work. I'm something I don't really intend to release. If the label is going to approve it or not is still in the air, but I'm open. It's something that will come out potentially in the next year or 5 years. Ugly is Beautiful took 5 years to come out.
Wow.
My new song Goes On is 7 years old. So we don't really know when the timeline of these things are, but I always say this, a good artist stays at least 5 to 10 years ahead of the audience.
That's true. That is very true. You have the vision and you're just doing all the work. But let's talk a bit about the album that is right now that people have been listening to. Here in the Philippines, it's all over. I've been hearing it in other radio stations as well. So Life Goes On. Well, this for sure came out before the pandemic. So you wrote this pre-pandemic, right? But it just, for us here, it seems like it's a new song. So can you tell us more about it? Yeah.
That song is the deluxe version of Ugly is Beautiful. So it was released 5 months ago, but I made it 7 years ago.
I see. And at the time, what was your inspiration for writing this song?
Well, basically, the original lyrics were Life Goes Onion. And the idea is that it's like an onion and it unravels and there's many layers to it. But Atlantic, my label, they said there was already a song called Life Goes Onion, and they made me change the lyrics. The musicologist who studies the music and says, hey, someone's going to sue you. They said, hey, there's already this song, Life Goes Onion, and you need to change the lyrics. So I changed it to Life Goes On. And basically, I thought, hey, that could still work. I changed the lyric. It was Life Goes Onion, Onion, Onion. And then I just on and on and on. So basically that was the core idea, but it's about life going on with or without you, whether you're alive or dead. The show goes on and on and on.
Yeah, that's actually a fun fact because I've been visiting your music video and the comments section as well, and people have been posting their comments saying that you made a song about onions, so they probably weren't wrong.
And I love food. Everyone who knows Oliver Tree knows Oliver Tree loves food. Onions, I love them.
Oh, fantastic. And if you listen to the song, it's actually a feel-good song, but when you listen to the lyrics really closely, it can be a sad song as well. A little bit.
I love that in music. I love melancholy, things that are bittersweet, and you get this thing that presents itself very playful and very light. But when you really listen to it at the core, it can make you feel emotions. For me, art is about making people feel things, and it doesn't always have to be feeling great, And the song, if you don't listen to the lyrics, it can make you feel great. But if you listen to it, it can make you inflect and look inside yourself and think about this beautiful journey of life and something that is very short-lived. So why not live it to the fullest and do everything you want to do while you're still here?
Wow, that is really fantastic. And with that, I would like to ask you this question. Like, how do you think someone can make a mark in this world?
Well, the truth is, you have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to fall on your face and fail many, many times. And my entire life has been one failure after another. So if you ask me, life goes on. It's really kind of the first moment I've ever had as an artist. And I've been doing this for a job professionally for 10 years. And I've been making music since I was literally 3 years old. So, I'm 28 now. That's 25 years. My life. So you have to go and do this, and not because you think you're going to get money or become successful. You have to do it for yourself because you love doing it. And if that passion is there, you will do it no matter what, if it even comes out or not. I have 40 albums that will never see daylight that I had to make because I had to get my soul out and pour it into this art. So for me, it's my therapy, and finding something that's your therapy, finding something that makes you that passionate that you will do whether you get paid or not. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And you can make anything into a job. I just traveled the Middle East and made a documentary and mixed out in literally the desert, and I could find anything and make it my job. So you have to figure out whatever you love, whatever your passion is, you can turn that into a job, but don't expect it to happen overnight. It may take you 25 years like it took me.
Wow, I'm sure you're inspiring a lot of people right now, especially during this time when most of us are working from home. They kind of feel stuck. And what is your idea or your opinion on routines? Because some people get really tired, doing the same thing over and over again. And I believe life goes on kind of encapsulates that.
So for me, I have zero structure in my life. I don't have a normal day. There is no regular day for Oliver Tree. Last night, I recorded music till the sun came up. I went to bed at 9 a.m. the time you're waking up. You're going to work. I'm ending work. So I was recording music with Diplo, celebrating his birthday party, and we made music all day, and then we had a night, and then we made another song afterwards. And so Diplo was falling asleep, snoring on the couch. So the truth is, for me, a big part of my ability to make so much art is that I always switch up what I do. If I got burnt out on music, I would go and work on writing my feature film. I would go and I would make videos. I would do a million other things, because you can't do the same thing always. So my main trick in life is constantly doing new things, constantly exploring new ground. If I get burnt out on a medium, I switch to the next medium. That's a key.
Oh, whoa, that's very interesting. Yeah, don't allow yourself to feel that burnout. I guess that's very important. But yeah, what can you say about like being ordinary? Is that such a bad thing? For many people, you're a cultural icon. We've seen you do your scooter tricks. Some would say that you're a scooter god. You've been doing a lot of these stuff, right? So what can you say about those who say that ordinary is bad? Do you find that true for yourself?
I don't think anything is inherently bad. For me, it's really important that we find who we are and we embrace that, and we don't try to just go with whatever society tells us, because that is not going to bring out the best version of ourselves. That's not going to allow us to necessarily be the greatest version of ourselves. I find that the things that I do best are when I'm able to put everything I've ever done in my life into a neat little package and put a bow on it and present it to the world. Whether that's scootering, whether that's doing, belly dance moves, I've done it all. My art. I mean, the thing is, ordinary isn't bad, but do we want to live the richest life? And I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about experiences. So for me, it's really important that I am staying true to myself and do what I feel in my heart, not what people tell me to do, not what I think people want. I don't even listen to music. I don't know what's happening on the radio. I have no idea. I just make what I want to hear. I watch a lot of movies for my inspiration, if I'm exploring or living life. And that's the thing, is that I don't know what's happening. And that means my art can be something that will last maybe 10 years, maybe 100 years. I have no idea. Maybe 1,000 years. We're at the beginning of the internet. I have no idea. But the thing is, if I was trying to play with what people like right now, that would be impossible, in my opinion. It would be something that would be a time capsule of this era. And for me, it's about being something that is just relatable on a human level. And that's something that will go on and on for potentially hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Right, which is good, right? Because I mean, your song says that when life is over, like, people will just keep moving forward. But you have your music, you have your art, to keep them from not forgetting about you.
And if they do, that's fine. We'll all be forgotten. But the thing is, to make the world a little more beautiful, to add some color to this world, and be able to help bring people out of the darkness, because it's a dark world we live in, and a lot of people are going through it, and we all are. And it's important to remind ourselves how beautiful and how lucky we are to be alive. And so that's something I'm here to just inspire people.
Oh, that's definitely something that we need to hear right now. But Oliver, let's talk a bit about your album, because you told us that 5 months ago, officially, Life Goes On was released along with other songs. So tell us more about Ugly is Beautiful, Shorter, Thicker, and Uglier.
So that's the deluxe version of Ugly is Beautiful. Basically, the concept of Ugly is Beautiful is trying to teach people how to love themselves, how to embrace the things that people might think are flaws, but realistically, and the reality is those are the things that build our character. Those are the things that make us unique. Those are the things that make us who we are. And so I live in LA, where everyone's getting plastic surgery and everyone wants to change how they look so that they can be conventionally beautiful. And for me, Ugly is Beautiful is saying, hey, the things you think make you ugly are actually what make you you. They make you beautiful. They make you the soul and the human and the character that you are, and to embrace that and to learn to love yourself. So to me, that's the message of this album, and something I've worked very hard to try to teach people, and doing it through action, showing them by just being myself authentically and not caring what anyone's going to say or think, because I can't worry about that. If I did, I would never be able to do a fraction of the things I do.
Wow, that's just so good to hear, especially for our generation, millennials, and for us in the digital age, especially the younger ones. They have to compare all the time. We're bombarded with all information, and that's just so refreshing to hear. Thank you so much, Oliver Tree. But do you have, before we end this wonderful interview, do you have any message to your Filipino fans? I'm sure they've been discovering your music now.
I'm trying to get out there as fast as I can. I want to play a show for you guys. I want to come and meet you guys. I love you guys. I'm very, very lucky. Anyone who cares at all about this art, I care about you. And this art is made for you. It's not made for anyone but people who really want to just be themselves, and people who want to be able to do the most they can in their life. And I want to inspire you, and I want to be able to come and perform for you. And I love you.
Wow, we are looking forward to hearing more from you and to actually seeing you in the future. Thank you so much, Oliver Tree. We'll see you very soon.
Can't wait.
Right. You too. Thank you so much, guys. This is Nick of 96.3 Easy Rock, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.